Hey there! I want to talk today about feedback. Now, feedback is such an important part of what we do within learning that it kind of needs to be shouted about. I want to talk about the importance of receiving feedback. Now, so when I was in my TEDx talk, I had a story in my head and I kind of was confident of what that story was. I was kind of happy with it. Now, I can only imagine if I had asked somebody to give me feedback on the story, so I give them my story and then they give me feedback. If they had then said, yeah, I don't like the story, change it to this, this, and this, I would have been distraught and my confidence would be through the floor and be terrible. But what I did is I said to the person who was giving my feedback, said, this is my story. Please give me feedback on my presentation, how the different areas of the story link together, but don't give me don't tell me that the story isn't good. I've worked hard on it. Even if it's not great for you, this is the story I'm sticking with. But let's kind of work around the edges and let's make sure that my presentation is as good as I can be. And then we went from there. So it's important to give the person that you want feedback from some kind of parameters. Now, for me, there's like kind of three different types. There is the pat on the back. They kind of like, I just want confidence. So I'm going to give you my story, and all I want is like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one way of doing it. It's very kind of superficial, but some people do need it. The second part is kind of what I did in terms of my story I'm sticking with. I don't just want a pat on the back. I want you to kind of, does this bit flow into that bit? Can I change that a bit? How do I present? What does my body language look like? All those kind of things. And then the third word is the kind of the whole thing. In other words, this is what I've come up with. What do you think? And be honest. And then they can rip it apart. Go, oh yeah, that's good. I like the first bit. I don't like the second bit. So whenever you're asking for feedback and you need feedback yourself, then make sure that make sure the audience or the person giving the feedback knows what kind of feedback you want. And I promise I won't say feedback anymore in this video. Hope that helped. I'm going to do a couple more videos on this area to give you a couple of different ideas. And I will speak to you very soon. Thank you very much for watching.